recipient of the Town of Salina Republican Committee Distinguished Service Award, Wednesday, June 6, 2018. The bill,
I had a lot to say, but they used up all the time. You know, just a lot of people always have asked me for years, why are you a Republican? And I had the long story, but you've heard enough tonight. But just a couple of quick things. You go back in history, all the way back to the Civil War, and we look at today and what the political makeup is now. But back during the Civil War, we were not the party of Lincoln. He was our choice to represent us to end slavery. Don't forget that, because you know the Dems seem they have the hold on that. It's not true. 300,000 Republican soldiers from the North, it was Northern Republicans that fought Southern Democrats, died to accomplish that. And you know what? Our party has never been recognized for it. Women's right to vote. It was unanimous vote of the Republicans in Congress that gave women the right to vote, long overdue. Voting rights for all citizens. It was an overwhelming vote from the Republicans in Congress that did the same thing. Dems were against all three of those. And I guess through the years, we've lost a lot of our identity. And as Republicans, don't be afraid to say those things. You know, we have the Dems today, you know, and for the last 30 years. Everybody's forgotten what we've accomplished, and they've taken credit for it. Minorities think we're against them. You know, we're talking about the job market today. Look, I'm not crazy about Trump, but I'm crazy about my country. And I look at the numbers, and they're out of sight. They're unbelievable. We attack Congress. They're part of that too. They're doing their job. And locally, you know, you go back, Tarky, Lombardi, one of the best state senators we've ever had. Nick Carroll, for years, you know, he's been there. You know, I've never told him this because we're always arguing and he's wrong. But I always felt good when Nick was in that office. We were in good hands. You know, and today, things have changed, things have moved. You know, we have Bob Antonacci running for Senate. I'm proud of him. Third Italian in a row, not too tall. They're all successful. we have you know, our county executive. All right, now, sure, we have our list, we have our county executive, and they'll clash, but that means they're working well together. We have a county that's in great shape. Let them clash, let them do their work. They're not controlled by their Democratic leaders and chairs. They're allowed to operate, and that's why this county operates. That's why we're proud of the town of Salina, how they operate. And the last thing I want to talk about is those years as chairman, sure, we worked hard. And I don't like to lose. That's it. If they're going to run, they know that, okay? It's not about you, it's my record. That's it. But there was one thing I would never, ever tolerate, never have, and made some changes in the town through the years, is when we have, say, Republicans on the board, or Republicans wherever, you turn on us, you turn on your own, you're done. End of story. You're done. Vote the way you want. Your vote is your vote. I have never had anything to say about it. But you turn on your own to better yourself, then go home. With that, oh, I'm sorry. Mary Ellen, Vice Chair, Cicero, hardworking lady. She wanted to tell you something, but she thought it wasn't her place. So what was it? I told you to tell your husband when he first ran to what? Swallow his ego and get your ass going or something like that?
No, you it was kind of close. But no, you very kindly, as you poked at me, I think, said, you know, if your husband's going to get involved, you know, your job is to knock him down a couple of levels because, you know, that ego, that's what you got to keep in check for.
And that's true. He would have been out of control.
And many will say that he still is, but, I've done my part as much as I'm going to, and, knock him down when I can. So thank you.
And Mark, Mr. Husband, what do I say to you every time I see you during a campaign?
Well, first of all, yes, you said a couple of those things I cannot repeat here.
I know that.
You've always asked me to, what are you doing here? You should be knocking on doors.
Right.
Knock him out of here. I want to tell you one thing about Bill. The first time I met Bill, true story, I didn't know anything about politics, and I still don't. But I met Bill at a Republican function I was invited to. And I went around and I'm saying, "Hi, I'm Mark Vineski, how are you?" Bill comes out of the shadows, comes up to me, and he looks at me with a scowl, like only Bill can give you, right? And he goes, "I know who you are." And he goes, "If you think you're going to come in here and you're going to run for anything or do anything," he says, "you've got something coming." And what Bill taught me that I won't forget is, number one, try to be humble. I have an issue with that sometimes. But it gave me a big respect for all of you. Because Bill taught me that all of you, the chairs, the experience, the love of party, and the protectiveness that you guys have done kind of helped me to realize that I'm just a little guy in a big cog of a wheel, but I'm surrounded by some wonderful people who really care about the party and where we're going. And I thank you for that.
Thank you. All right, we just had someone come in the room, very, very important to us. He's going to be running for assembly, Nick. Don't turn around. This way. The young Nick Pirro. We went down to see Iraq, I think it was, February or whatever? Something like that, March. And accepted immediately. He's worked hard for the Koch brothers, who are going to support him. He's worked for Barclay, who's going to support him. RAC is going to support him. We're going to support him. And Nick is my big project for this year. So, and in on this are all the chairs, Rand, Jim Carl, Hank Chapman, Southern Chair. Everybody's in on this. He can win this race. He will win this race. And it's time we take that seat now. He's standing right next to the old Nick Carroll. All right, folks, thank you so much. And I thank my town, my village board, town board, judges, legislators, all of you. You've been a great crew, and I'm proud to serve with you. And Don Cook, Donnie Hamilton, and I are going to start having coffee every Wednesday morning and tell you guys what the hell you're doing wrong. Oh, here's our county executive. Hi, Tony. You want to come up and say hello?
Hi, Johnny. Hello. I heard you were still talking. That was such a surprise.
We held up 45 minutes, so you can walk in perfect.
How are you? Congratulations. Are you going to let me talk now? No. All kidding aside, I would not have missed it. I was in Camillus. I think some of us switching places. I just saw Jerry Neary. He was here and headed there, but they have their event tonight. And Gene Conway asked me to send you his best. He's on the committee over there. I don't know how we lined up together, but you were the talk of the Camillus committee too. You have a lot of friends over there. And they were all telling stories. And they were all good though. They were all good. And I have had the pleasure of knowing Bill Tassone for a very long time. I don't know if you told him, but we met probably before that, but we worked side by side on a campaign in 1989. So we have known each other for a very long time, and Bill is such a enthusiastic supporter of the party, and no matter what, he always was there. He would roll up his sleeves and he would work really hard. And for those of us who have benefited, I wanted to make sure that I came and personally told you how grateful I am and how fond of you I am and how much you have meant to the party, to the community, to me, to a lot of people in the room. My parents send their best, and hope you're not going far. I heard John Katko was at the Camillus event. He says you're still gonna stay on his advisory committee.
I'm sure of that.
Yeah, good,
As long
good.
as I'm still chair, I'm not moving up.
Well, you have a lot of friends, and I am very proud to count myself among them, and I'm glad I got here in time to wish you all the best and thank you for everything.
Let me just wrap up. The best times have been the last 8 years, when Judy decided to take an early retirement from National Grid and enjoyed herself. And we had a real tough candidate out here that had to go. And I promised her, just like I promised Kathy Rapp, we're gonna run, it's gonna be easy. I didn't tell them that incumbents win 90% of the time. But I'm proud to say they both won. Kath just recently retired from the Ledge. Judy's there. Deb Cody's on. I don't think I liked Deb that much. But you know, it's a proud tradition. Okay, thanks, Judy. Thank you.
If anyone else want to come up and roast Bill, feel free to come up and roast him. For the town of Salani people, a couple parts of business here. We have our petitions in the back of the room, so all your town of Salani people can pick up your petitions and start getting signatures. And number two, the Onondaga County Republican Committee is going to be having a clam bake on June 28th on Thursday at the Spinning Wheel. The tickets are available on the website, and I think Tom Beatty just left. And they're being printed right now, and if you want to purchase the ticket, go to the website and do that. Okay, and thank you for all coming tonight, and enjoy yourself the rest of the night, and have something to drink and eat.